Yeah, sweet.
So,
So what do we want to talk about again?
so you made a tweet defending the guy who said that being a pedo isn't inherently wrong.
Yep, probably. Nuclear ass take, yeah.
That's a terrible take. What do you mean?
I mean, why is it terrible?
Because a pedophile is a pedophile. How is that not inherently wrong?
Do you draw a moral distinction between an action and the desire to do that action?
No. Because if they're not getting therapy, right?
Who said anything about getting therapy?
And
That's what
they
we're talking
acknowledge, if
about.
they acknowledge it, that they're doing something wrong, right? Being attracted to children, going in public, you know, and like having those thoughts, and then not getting therapy, that's a problem, isn't it?
So the first thing that I
It's a
disagree
ticking
with.
time bomb.
So the first thing I disagree with is the insinuation that they are doing something wrong. Being a pedophile is not doing something. You understand that's not an action?
What?
What?
Being a pedophile
That's
is
a
not
state of
doing something wrong.
existence. That is a state of
What
existence.
if?
If we're
What
not
if
okay,
they? What if they're
no,
watching
no,
like
I just let you talk. You're gonna let me
children?
talk. I just let you talk. You're gonna let me talk. So the difference
Okay,
is
okay, man.
that being a pedophile is not an action. You are not making an action. You are not making a choice to do something. Do you understand that? Are you gonna contest
Yeah,
that?
but you're making a choice to not get therapy.
Who said anything about making a choice to not get therapy? Right now, we're talking about the general like inherent moral implications of having a disorder.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so this has nothing to do with, well, why do you think it's okay to not get there? That has nothing to do with this conversation. You understand that? That's completely out of the
It
scope.
does
No, that's
actually
completely out of the scope.
because yes, some people, what, if you're a pedophile, you're born being attracted to children, but it's your choice from your moral compass, right? Whether you want to get therapy and whether you want to improve yourself. So yeah, it is technically a choice in some
No,
sense of the word.
no. So which part are you talking? Are you just saying that getting therapy is a choice? No one disagrees with that. Literally nobody on this planet disagrees
No, I
with
mean
that.
going to therapy and not being a pedophile anymore, basically getting help, right, is a choice. So to say, because in the Twitter space, right, this guy was like, "Oh, well, they don't
Yeah.
choose to be a pedophile," and then everyone kept, well, a couple people brought up, they could go to therapy and not be a pedophile, and he was like, "That's not what I'm saying," and then kept repeating his points. So
What's the
yeah,
general
it is
effect?
kind of
What's the general effectiveness of therapy? Are you aware of this? I don't think there's therapy that just like makes you no longer a pedophile. That's like an actual inherent brain difference.
no, but it
No,
helps you get out of
oh,
those
no, Domino. It's very clear that you don't know what you're talking
mindset.
about. So therapy does not mean you get cured of being a pedophile. You're still a pedophile. If you go to
Yeah,
therapy,
you're just
these are just ways to manage those symptoms. You understand that? It's like saying,
yeah.
why do you? No,
That still
no.
is
It's like,
more
no,
beneficial.
wait, no. That's like saying I should go to therapy for autism so I can get cured of That's not what it. That's not what it is.
Man, I wish it was
The
that
difference
easy.
between autism and pedophilia is that
Or like
autism is
depression.
inherently bad.
Or like
No,
depression.
that's what we're arguing. You're begging the question right now.
What do you mean?
So you're claiming the question. What we're arguing is why is pedophilia inherently morally wrong? And you just drew a distinction by presuming the
Well, because there's so
conclusion.
many things, right?
Hey, Dom,
What now?
It's a
what
ticking
if
time bomb. It changes
No,
your
it's
point of
not.
view when it comes to interacting with a child, right? If you're in
Not
a
inherently.
situation, if you're like in a place with a child or interacting with a child, you're obviously gonna be more likely to interact with that child in a weird way.
See, what you just
Wouldn't
said
you
is you
say?
said more likely, so it's not inherent. Someone can be a pedophile and these cannot be things, correct? Is more
I'd say
likely.
that most pedophiles act really weird around children if they are in
No,
contact
yeah.
with them.
Obviously, everyone agrees with that. But the distinction that I'm making right now is you just
Then
said,
that is
no,
inherent.
you just said that it's likely, meaning that there are situations where that isn't the case. So, are there situations where that isn't the case? Is that what you meant? Would you stand by that?
Yes, I guess there are one or two scenarios where
Okay,
that
so it's
doesn't
not
happen.
inherent.
Why did I get a friend? What the?
Dom,
Okay,
right? If you're going to therapy, then you
it's
don't.
mostly
Dom,
inherent.
all right. If you're going to therapy, the therapist doesn't fix you, all right? You also have to fix yourself.
You
Yeah, but
guys,
going to
hold
therapy
up.
helps you
No,
fix
no,
yourself.
no. This is such a horrible misunderstanding. You don't go to therapy and then just the pedophilia just goes away. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yes, that's obviously
I
not
know.
how it works, but it does help you manage your
Okay, so if
your urges better.
yeah, so we're talking about the urges. So the urges would be the problem, right? Or not that, or the urge to do
Yes, but
something
it's
would be
also the fact that you
oh,
when
no,
you're
sorry,
thinking of a
I just
problem,
misspoke.
right?
I want to correct it. So the urge to do something isn't inherently what we're talking about. Is like the wrong thing. The wrong thing would be the act on that urge, correct?
Yeah, that's
I
wrong.
feel like the urge is kind of bad enough, but
Hey,
the
Domino?
urge is obviously like the acting on that urge is definitely worse. Yeah.
Okay, so would you condemn someone, morally speaking, for having a desire to do something?
When it harms other people, yeah.
Does having the
Mentally,
desire to do something
physically.
harm other people?
Wait, what?
Does having the desire to do something harm other people?
Well, that depends. What do you want to do?
No,
Like,
it's
is
really a
what we're
yes or no
talking
question.
about?
Does having the desire, no, hold, this is really a yes or no question, and you don't want to answer it because you know this completely destroys your argument. So if I'm asking you, right, I said, does the urge to do something, is that wrong? You said, if it has an actual consequence on other people, if it affects other people, then it is morally wrong.
Yeah.
And I asked you, does having the urge to do something have an effect on anybody
No, I mean
else
when that
when it's
urge
not acted on?
when that urge leads to other people being harmed.
Does every single do we act on every single urge that we have? Do you understand that's not the case?
Yeah, but most pedophiles do end up sexing children. I'm sure.
Okay, that's not
Most
inherent.
pedophiles. Let's be honest. Because if
Okay,
you're
that's not
attracted to
inherent.
children,
No,
there's no way
no,
you can
hold up.
go
Do you
80
understand what
years
the word
without
inherent
raising.
means?
Inherent, yeah.
I don't think you do. Can you define it for me?
Well, let's see. Let's search stuff on Google.com.
So you don't know what it
And he
means. You're
doesn't know
gonna
what it
Google
means.
it.
Okay, fine. I'll try to explain it the best I can. It's basically something that, like, when you're born, that's like what happens.
No,
That's your mindset.
It's not.
that's not at all what it means in this context. Inherent means to not be separable from. So if this, then it is inherently this. Means that it's 100% of the time.
Inheritance.
Not inheritance. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm retarded.
Inherently a pedophile. No, but
Okay,
like,
so off of
it's still,
Google,
it's still,
so off of Google to prove that I'm not just bullshitting you. It inherently is defined as in permanent, essential, or characteristic way. So it's essential to the given state. Do you think it is
even
essential
if
that
you
you?
don't act on it
Whoa.
though, there are so many other things though.
So do you think it's essential that if you don't
So
act
he's
on?
still wrong.
No, what the fuck? You're not even. You're just derailing the conversation at this point. I'm trying to ask a question. You keep like trying to shift off of it.
Okay.
So do you think it is
Well, I didn't hear you're
inherent?
kind of.
Do you think that it is inherent that having a pedophilic sexual disorder will cause you to molest a kid? You think it's an inherent thing that can never be not the case?
I mean, I don't think all pedophiles molest children, but I do
So do
think
you think
that
it's
most of
inherent?
them, if all of them, do end up sexting at least one child. Yeah,
You think
it's very much
every single
possible.
pedophile ends up sexting one child?
Well, not exactly just one, but
It's in their name.
yeah, I'm
so-
sure they do it.
You think every single pedophile does this? Just to be
Well, I don't think
clear,
there
no,
are that
I want
many
to be crystal
pedophiles,
clear because
so
what you
it's
just said is
possible.
fucking
Yeah.
insane. So I want to be very crystal clear with you. Think every single
What are you
pedophile
talking about? It's a
has
very
sexted a
reasonable
kid.
statement.
I want to be
No, it's a
very
really good statement. that I
okay. Do you
just
have
made.
any data to show that whatsoever? Like anything, literally
I have
anything.
a lot of data. Yeah. Okay, look,
Yeah,
look. I
Can you
can send you all
present
the
it to
data.
me?
It's called Google,
Okay,
dude.
look.
Trust us.
How many pedophiles molest children?
That's not the. I mean, percentage, sure. That'd be the question.
Okay, percentage. Yeah, yeah.
Not here on
Dude,
server.
I'm being authentic in my argument, so I'll give you
No,
the
you're
evidence.
not. You're not being authentic one bit.
I'm being authentic. Look, I can literally send you this PDF file that I
I'm
found on
surprised how
Google.
civilized this is. This is a Twitter post.
Yeah.
This is. I want to die.
See, look, in the document it says 100% child sexual predators have between 1 or 9 victims, while 20%
Because you
have.
just okay. So do you understand the error of the data you just cited?
No.
So
It's
you
legit.
just said sexual predators, which presumes that they've already preyed on somebody. not pedophiles. There's a difference between those two things. That's like saying 100% of rapists have raped somebody. Yes, because but that's not the same
Yeah,
as
but if you're
100%.
sexually
Oh, but that's not
abusing
the same.
children,
That's not the
that means
same
you're a
as. That is
pedophile.
not the same as saying 100% of people with the desire to rape somebody. That's not. Those aren't the same statement.
Rape. Rape.
Wow.
Okay, man. No, but you didn't read the data. There's no way you could have read that entire PDF.
No,
in
I
one-
literally just the way that you said that was immediately like so clear that you had no idea what you were talking about. So I'm looking at it right now.
What?
90%
I know
of child
exactly what
sexual
I'm
abuse
talking
victims know their abuser. That's
I
the
know
first thing.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Dom, stop trying to act professional right now. You're not.
I'm being really professional. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
look,
I'm looking at the
Bonk,
point of
look
the
at the
no,
PDF file.
I'm looking at the point of the data
the
you just
document
cited.
says pedophilic offenders.
Offenders. Yes.
That's sexual
Yeah, that means
offenders.
parent.
Yes, people who offend. What do you want? What are you getting at? We're not discussing whether
Yeah,
people
that
who have
means
offended
that I'm right.
offend. No, it doesn't, Domino. There's a difference between
Yes, it
a
does. It
pedophilic
means that
offender.
I'm
Oh,
right.
no, there's a difference between a pedophilic offender and somebody who has pedophilia.
No, I think
Whoa,
I'm right
pal,
because
slow
in the
down, you're going
document
a
it
bit
does
too fast.
actually say that pedophiles offend.
Let's say that 100% of people
Dom,
with
alright, let me-
pedophilic disorder
Dom, alright.
offend.
Dom, alright, if someone is inherent, let's say if one's like, in the they may be bad in the future, but that's a maybe. A maybe.
No, it actually says that 100% of child sexual predators.
What do you think a
enact
child
upon
sexual
their
predator
victims.
is? You define a child
pedophile.
sexual predator for me. Those are the same thing to you.
A pedophile. I
Those-
just said it. A
Yeah,
pedophile.
those are the same thing to you. So, do you think that every single
Yes,
pedophile is a predator?
Why would you go after a child if you weren't a pedophile?
No. So, there's a difference between these two statements. So, the statement you are making is that every single child sexual predator is a pedophile. That I would agree with. But not every single pedophile is a child sexual predator. These are not mutually exclusive statements.
The PDF file kind of says otherwise. To be
No,
fair.
it doesn't. You have no idea what you're talking about. You
Dom,
haven't
you
read
have
this
no
shit.
point.
It
You have
does.
no
Look.
Why does
Domino,
she-
Domino,
Yes, it
Domino.
does.
I want you to recognize something. So every single time that you brought up this piece of data, it's so clear to me that you have not read it and you literally just Googled this and you're trying really desperately to prove a point with when you've been completely caught out on it. You've been like, did you expect me to read this, Domino? Let's be just real talk.
Wait, you
Did you
didn't even
expect
read
me?
it? You didn't
No,
read the
no,
evidence.
no.
That's-
Did you
that's
expect?
evidence
No,
that I'm wrong.
I think you linked this with me, not expecting me to read it. To be honest with you, I don't know why you linked
No,
this. It doesn't
you
prove
just
your
said
point.
you didn't read it. Okay, I just sent you a.
No, I just said that I just said that I did read it,
Jesus
Domino.
Christ, this
Domino,
is a 70-page document.
Domino.
Okay, you can read the 70-page document about
not-
child molesters.
I'm not reading the 70-page document. Which part do you want me to read? Which quote? Give me the citation.
Well,
of it.
because I have read it, I want you to read page 11, as it does actually state my argument in a very fair way.
You're so gay.
This is so gay. All right, can you literally just explain it? It's a single page. You should be able to explain it
Okay, let me.
if you've read it.
Okay, I'll read it. What
The
then is
pedophile.
there a difference between a child molester and a pedophile? For many of the terms, they have become synonymous. The media frequently has distinction and uses the term interchangeably. Sorry. Labeling all child molesters as pedophiles is, however, right.
No, it says, however, confusing. There are clear differences between the types of an
Uh-huh.
individual who sexually abuse children and law enforcement officers handling these cases, and such distinctions. Are pedophiles child molesters? No.
Either you can't read or Bunk is lying. There's no,
No,
way.
I will
Both
literally
fine,
screen
because
share.
look at the
I will
document.
literally screen share right now. Look.
All right.
So after
Well,
you
I'm
said-
not
but I'm
saying
right.
that you're lying.
That's what I
so,
said.
Bunk, don't get mad at me.
Are
Things
all
that-
pedophiles child molesters? This is literally a couple things down, Domino. Come on.
Are all
I feel like you kind of
and-
to be fair, you could have used inspect element.
Why are you using that argument now?
What do you mean? It's a valid argument.
Are all
No, it's not.
pedophiles
You
child
just made your
molesters?
own
No.
copy of the
Yes.
document.
Niggers
You
at
lost.
all.
Bonk, I feel
Niggers
like you
always
just made
playing
your own version of
basketball.
the document.
You are
No,
so
You lost the argument. Oh my god.
No, I
my
won.
webcam just died. That's funny.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check
Okay,
myself.
What was this argument? What was this
Actually,
argument? What is going
Bunk.
on?
Bunk, shut up. I mean, serve, not bunk. Sorry.
Okay, fine. If you really want to go hardcore with the
No,
evidence, I'll
no,
literally
no,
send you a
no,
Wikipedia document that shows that my evidence is correct.
Wikipedia sucks. Also, I'm sharing. Look,
No, it doesn't.
Wikipedia.
Anybody can edit Wikipedia.
look. I didn't edit it. I didn't edit
Bro, my
one
I
bit.
feel like
died,
maybe you're biased towards Bunk because he sent you the wrong document.
Yeah, obviously, he got me on payroll, dude.
Payroll. He
Totally.
doesn't even pay his editors.
Totally, yeah. That's true.
See, Bunk. I found a Wikipedia document that actually proves what I'm saying. Child sexual abuse, also called child molestation, is a form of child abuse, which is in an adult or older adolescence uses to a child for sexual stimulation. Forms of child sexual abuse encourage
Child sexual abuse is child
I
sexual
mean,
abuse,
include
yes.
engaging sexual activities with a child.
Yes.
That proves that all child sexual predators are pedophiles.
Yes, everyone agrees on that, but not all pedophiles are child sexual.
Yeah.
No, because the document literally says that, child sexual abusers are pedophiles. So
Yes.
That would mean,
no,
right?
okay, hold up. You don't understand these are
No.
okay, no, hold up. I'm gonna give you an example, Domino, because you don't understand this, and it's so clear that you don't understand like basic logic. So, do you draw the distinction between? I'm saying you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and I can tell you have no idea what you're talking about because I talk
Yes,
about
I
this a
do.
lot. No, okay, so
Well, of
do you,
course you
so
talk
so
about
I'm gonna
me
give
a
no
lot.
hold on. I'm gonna give you two statements, and I want to see if you can draw the distinction between these two. So, all red cars are red. Will you agree with that
Well,
statement,
what
right?
kind of red? You can make the argument.
No, we're
What
just gonna
kind of
assume
red?
red is a color, whatever color that is, and then yeah. I mean, under what condition of red would all red cars not be red? By definition, that statement must be true.
If they were a different type of red, making them a
No, but
different type
that'd
of
be
red,
red
like
then.
bluish
No,
red.
but that would be red then
No,
because we're just
red.
using the word red. You have no
No,
idea. You're
because
trying.
blue-
No,
a
okay,
bluish type of red would be
Domino.
purple.
You're so clearly trying to distract away from this point. So, are all red cars are cars? Is that a true statement?
Yes.
Not necessarily. Some of them could be bicycles that just so happen maybe people perceive them
Okay,
as a car.
Domino, just please stop trying to dodge the question. It's so obvious that you're trying to dodge this shit.
What? I literally answered your question.
No,
bro.
you didn't. You avoided the question harder than like I've ever seen before. What the fuck are you talking
Yes,
about?
they are. They
Okay,
are.
all cars are red cars. Is that also a true statement?
All cars are red cars? I don't think so.
Right. So the distinction would be. So I'm gonna give you two more statements. Maybe we can figure it out through this.
Okay.
All child molesters are pedophiles.
Yeah.
All pedophiles are child molesters.
Yeah.
No, we just draw that. You just drew the
I'm sorry.
distinction.
You want it? Okay, I thought your entire point was that I was supposed to say yes, and then I
You had
say
one
yes
job.
when I actually believe it, and then you're like, no. Like what? How?
Because how do you logically say that those two statements, whenever we flip them around, they're different, and then whenever we flip them around in a different scenario, specifically for this argument, they're no longer different. They're the same
Well,
statement.
what if they child abuse them mentally?
What?
Then
It's an
no.
What if they
act.
child abuse them mentally?
What if they
Wouldn't that
do?
mean that's
Who
a form of
cares? What
child
if?
abuse?
Yeah, who cares?
What? Who cares?
Yeah, that's
Excuse
nothing to
me?
do with the argument. I don't care. That's a completely
That
different
does
argument.
have to do with the argument.
No,
We're
no,
talking
it's
about
not.
child abuse.
No, it's not. We're
What?
talking
We're
about whether
talking about child
no.
abuse.
We're talking about whether all pedophiles are child abusers. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yes, because if they if they watch CP, right? They're technically endorsing child abuse because to make CP, you need to abuse a child. Is that not
Sure.
right?
Who said they were watching CP?
But most pedophiles end up watching that kind of
Most.
stuff.
I don't care about most. Do all.
Bunk, that's kind of illegal.
Yes, we all know that child sexual abuse imagery is illegal. Who are you arguing? No, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna sort of check real quick. All right, maybe I'm getting something wrong. So, is my like shit glitching out? Is there somebody else in the call he's arguing with, and it's not me?
No.
No.
Okay, because I didn't say that.
No,
I didn't say that. I don't know what you're trying to argue. You're arguing against nobody right now. I don't.
See,
what are you
arguing,
talking about? I
He's
statement
arguing
was
against
100%
himself.
right.
He's mentally insane, dude. Oh wait,
I'm not
oh,
mentally insane. I'm making legitimate, real
Wait.
arguments, and you're distracting.
Oh, dude, the Tom Dark dude. He has another debate going. It's
Oh no.
it's literally called Space to Chill, but who cares?
Cool.
Lamau.
I mean, Bunk, I think I won the debate here. I think I was
Oh,
right.
Oh,
you got
shut the
blown
fuck
out
up.
on every
Shut
single
up.
point. Literally
Please
all of
shut
them.
up.
Not necessarily. I
You didn't
think
win a
that my
single
arguments were
point. No, you had to
legit, they were
concede just
real.
about everything.
Dom, you suck at arguments.
Not exactly. I think I 100% believe that my arguments were the best. I would believe everything I said. They were 100% legit. And the
You
fact that you don't
egotistical
see how
bitch.
legit my arguments were shows that you're biased.
Mac, shut up.
Yeah,
Bunk?
Mac.
He literally
Bunk?
goes on about how charming he is every day.
Bunk, you're correct. You won. I'll say that.
Not,
Yeah,
not
Bunk
really. I
wins.
think I won
You
because
won.
I made better.
Tom, you didn't win. 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 You.
I still won.
Thought I sucked at arguing. Oh my god.
No,
Shut the
everything
fuck up.
I said was
I thought all my arguments sucked.
all of my arguments were